you want to get on and check too, make sure we are on?
We'll see on the TV here in a second.
And right defense, a junior from Cleveland, Minnesota, number 28, Tyler Hay. And left wing, a senior from Walpole, Massachusetts, and your assistant captain, number 10, Jack O'Hare. And center, a senior from Portsmouth, Rhode Island, and your captain, number 12, Matt Harrigan. And your right wing, a sophomore from Sugar Grove, Illinois, number 9, Alex Vandenberg. And the midshipmen are coached by the
Yeah, it's on over here.
Michael Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, this past week we lost one of our own, midshipman first class Jason Jablonski, a defenseman from Orchard Park, New York, passed away on Sunday, November 27th after a battle with leukemia. As one of Navy hockey team's assistant captains, number 7, Jason, was a tremendous leader and teammate. He inspired those around him with his passion, tenacity, and warrior spirit. His Navy hockey brothers love him and miss him dearly. At this time, please stand. Join a moment of silence as we honor and remember Jason. Thank you. Please remain standing now as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, welcome Friday night here at the McMullen Ice Arena. Navy in their blue and gold against Michigan State in their bright green and white.
Looking forward to this game, Rich. Be interesting to see how Michigan does with obviously a mother program feeding this one.
Absolutely, yes. Before the start of the game today, we acknowledged losing midshipman first class Jason Jablonski this weekend, battling leukemia. Passed away on Sunday. Guys have had a rough week, and probably the best thing for them to do is get back on the ice and play some hockey, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Get these 2 games out of the way, and, you know, let's give these guys a break. Give these guys a break and let them, let them go home and visit the family. And
yep.
Oh. Harrigan starting with O'Hare and Vandenberg. Puck's going to go down to the right of, who we got in net tonight, O'Halloran? O'Halloran. Yep. Sent right back to the point there. Michigan State does get a shot. Nothing there. Navy looks for a breakout. A little sloppy there for a second. Michigan State tries to dump it back in. Jack O'Hare along the boards, though. Looks like Hogan and Haig for Navy defensively. Michigan State will dump it in on O'Halloran. He'll flip that around.
Hopefully we'll see Capiano back tonight. He's been in practice.
Oh, that'd be
week.
great.
Yep.
The Caps game did a nice piece last night on Jason. They showed Coach Capiano had a son plays for us. His dad is actually the coach of the Islanders.
Right.
They showed a close-up of him. He had an anchor tie on, and told him how proud he was for his son to be here at the Naval Academy, and that talked about Jason's struggle and how the team's kind of rallying around that. So it was actually a really nice piece by CSN last night.
Well, that's great.
The hockey community's huge. Michigan State comes in tonight. They heard about what happened. Michigan State went out and they made stickers with anchors with the number 7 in it. Yeah. Then our guys will be wearing the Academy emblem with JJ in them also.
Michigan State.
There's Capian on the ice right now. Looks like he's on there with Burkhardt. Michigan State does have the zone. Caps takes him down low there, sends it out front. Burkhardt's going to pick that off. Looks like Douglas out there with Stamler and McVickers wearing 11 tonight.
Yep.
Last game, they changed their numbers. Navy's having a hard time just getting anything started here. Turk tried to get it out of the zone. Stamler up off the boards. Navy does bring it back into the zone, but they're offsides.
Well,
Wu
nice
gets out
play
there
getting
for
out
Navy.
of the zone. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it in theirs.
Lininger jumped over. Long pass to Beck. Beck tips it into the zone, but really no offensive pressure at all yet for Navy. Beck takes his man in, frees up the puck. Turk down low behind the net. Tries to get a little momentum going, but Michigan State clears it. Beck throws Turk throws a check along the boards. DeSellis back for Navy. Here comes Lininger over the line. At least get a couple shots on net here.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't really been that bad. Spent a lot of time in our zone, but we are controlling the puck in our zone, making some clean up the ice and not getting, turnovers in our zone. And we're turning it over in the neutral zone, which
that's okay.
Obviously a better spot.
That's okay. Harrigan to face off. Vandenberg tries to get a shot on net. Goes wide. Harrigan pressures below. Jack O'Hare jumps into the play, throws a check along the boards. Puck's going to come out of the zone. Matty Harrigan will go back. Jack looks for a way to get it into the zone. He's going to find Vandenberg over in the corner. Leaves it back, sends it down deep. Harrigan there. O'Hare and Harrigan. Harrigan brings it out. He's got Vandenberg out front there for a second. Haig guards the line. Jack O'Hare along the board's going to send it back in deep. Harrigan working hard. Vandenberg with a big check behind the play. Harrigan looks for his way out. Navy keeps it in the zone, though.
Starting to get a little offensive pressure there.
Jack falls back to his defensive partner. Vandenberg has the line. Feeds it back. Gets the shot. Up and out of play.
Well,
Michigan State's not a huge team. You would think that it would almost be smart to grind these kids. Finish your checks.
Yep. Well, I was a little worried. The one hit Maddie made down in
the
end.
It looked like
a little behind.
Yep.
You never know these guys.
Held up. He held up on him, which was smart.
Right.
I think it was one of those I'm turning, I'm going to hit at the same time, so he did hold up.
Yep.
Should be an icing on Michigan State. Puck will come all the way back down. All right, who's wearing number 2 tonight?
Oh. I think we're Sasha.
Sasha?
Yeah.
We had a hard time pronouncing his name last time. He keeps changing numbers on us. So Sasha's out there with Burkhardt right now. Stamler tries to win it back to him. Douglas right there. McVickers, he'll send it back in deep. Stamler works along the boards with McVickers.
That was a nice play by Stamler.
Oh, boy. Had Burkhardt there, but that was a long pass to try to feed. Michigan State has the line. Tries to feed it back. McVickers defensively back there for Navy. Douglas looks for a way out of the zone. Going to skate to the line. Back in. Burkhardt gets a shot. Save.
Ooh.
Never can go wrong with that. Wu has control over the blue line. He's got Turk with him. Wu gets a shot wide. Kept on sides by DeCellis. DeCellis gets a shot towards the net. Wide open and glove save.
Navy's got some wheels tonight. Puck's moving up
It
and
is.
down the ice.
Lindinger will take the face off. He's got Turk out there with Beck.
Yep. Turk, Beck, Lininger. Yeah, that white line's been together like that. That's how
Yep.
they practice. Their color is white.
Wu pinches down. Michigan State will send it down. Should be no icing there. DeCellis back there for Navy. Loses control, though. Left right out front. Wu kicks that to the side. Michigan State keeps it in the zone. There comes Navy out, 2-on-2. Sends it towards the netminder. Beck, Turk out there. Turk looks for a little bit of room. Michigan State's going to clear to the point. Kept in. Tipped side, wide. Michigan State over the line. Haig will be defensive. Michigan State will change it up. Here comes Navy's line. Looks like we got Hogan out there with Sabatini and... No, Sogard's out there. Sabatini and...
Flagler, it looks
Flagler.
like. Yeah. Again, you know, you got to look for a little bit because you got to figure out what number they got.
Yeah, they
them in
change their
tonight.
numbers every uniform. It's like it's almost a game they playing on us, you know?
We're on to them, Rich.
Oh, we got them. They can't fool us. We woke up too early this morning. Sogard along the board sends it all the way around. Looking for some help there.
Yeah, I know they also were going to make some changes on the power play this week.
Well, hopefully we get to see the power play.
They did two.
That was kind of a pass that got left right in the wrong spot. Sabatini looked for a little bit of room. Michigan State, they're changing up also. They have the line. Sabatini with a good back check takes his man out of the play. Burkhardt defensively for Navy. Ooh. Matty Harrigan looked for a little bit of room. Burkhardt to Jack O'Hare. Jack O'Hare tried to make that move around him. Vandenberg comes in hard. O'Hare with possession. Vandenberg shot wide and high. Burkhardt does a good job keeping that online. Here comes Harrigan. Rebound.
Oh.
Jack O'Hare, 2 saves. Good
Best
offensive
chance
pressure
of the
by
night.
Navy here, their top line.
They had a good shift earlier,
Yes,
too.
they did. Capuano pinches down, keeps the puck into the zone. Harrigan guards the line. O'Hare in there with Capuano. Out of the zone, Harrigan feeds it back to Vandy. Looks for a little bit of room. Right to Jack O'Hare. Jack's got the line. Feeds it over to Harrigan. Sent on net and covered up.
It's nice to see Cap and Burkhardt back together
Yes.
again. They definitely
Yeah, it was a
play
good
together
combo.
real well. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you always feel a little. You seem to make smarter decisions
Yep.
when you're more confident about what your partner's doing.
Even though his dad's team demolished the Caps last night, we'll forget about that one.
Well, they
I
did come
turned
here
it.
to
I
get some
turned it.
direction.
I turned it. I tell you what, it got ugly. Whew.
Yeah, but the Caps only had 4 days rest before that game.
I know, that's the problem. They're played better when they're on 2 on and 2 on. Wu looked for a way out, sent right on net. O'Halloran knocks that to the side. Douglas loses control there. Stamler out there with him with McVickers. Wu jumps into the play. Michigan State keeps that onside, but sends it down deep. Woo, put right out front. Shot high over O'Halloran. Back to the point. Shot saved by O'Halloran. McVickers looks to clear the zone. Clears the zone. Should be a penalty coming up.
Well, we're going to see the power play.
Should be a boarding. Elbow. A little bit too close to the board there.
Yeah, well, good to see him get up. That was a pretty good hit.
Yep.
It's always tough when you fall, you get hit, and you hit the boards down low where the boards are very hard.
They're cold.
Yeah.
And that ain't nothing but metal.
Yeah.
Navy with the first power play opportunity tonight. Stamler to Jack O'Hare. O'Hare tried to get it across to Harrigan, but that didn't work out too good. Capuano there for Navy. All right, so power play unit out first has got O'Hare, Stamler, Capuano, Harrigan, Vandenberg. Harrigan tried to get the shot. Didn't make it. Up and out of play. Offensive zone face-off for Navy.
We'll take that.
Navy on a power play for another 132. Navy out shooting Michigan State 7-3.
Yeah, I'd have to say the play has been maybe a bit tipped for Navy.
Yeah.
Far as in the zones. Didn't start out that way,
No,
certainly.
it didn't. It looked like it was kind of sloppy. Harrigan face off. Stamler sends it below looking for Vandenberg. Goalie thought about going back there. That would have been great. Vandenberg working hard behind the play. Harrigan comes out with it. Feeds it back to Vandenberg. Got O'Hare up top. Vandenberg gets beat by the goaltender.
It was a nice play.
It was very nice. Give and go. It was right there.
Yeah, I think he should have let it go right away and went top shelf. The goalie had already.
He tried to move it here. There's a little bit of an ugly pass there. Stamler leaves it behind for Harrigan. 50 seconds left in this power play. Jack O'Hare brings it over the line. Tries to set it up. He's offsides, though. Couldn't come all the way down.
Yeah, it would have been better off but then again, it would have killed a lot of time.
Yeah.
They had a good time to change the power play up. They already had their share.
Yeah, we got second line. Looks like we've got who? Burkhardt out there with Beck, Turk, Haig.
Yeah, this is the new change.
Lininger. Is that all of them? Yep.
No, we used to have Sogard in the middle. Now that's where Haig took that spot.
Comes Lininger. He'll bring it over the line. Looks to set it up. Sends it all the way around for Turk. Turk looks to set it up. Michigan State's sending two guys high on that puck.
Yeah.
Back to Beck. Haig. Turk's out front. He's got Lininger circling. Well, that goalie likes to play the puck.
Yeah. Navy's going to the box.
Interference on Turk.
Yeah.
Goaltender not to play the puck. It's dangerous on a power play. You don't see that very often.
Absolutely.
Not when you got two guys down low.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost a little questionable, though. I mean, the player should have a right for the puck.
Correct. You're going for the puck.
Right. So
all right, little 4-on-4 hockey for 5 seconds, and then we got to kill this. It's like we got Harrigan out there. Jack O'Hare. Hogan. Looks like Haig's the other defenseman. Hogan Brought it over the line. Navy's killing now for 140. O'Hare pressures at the blue line. Michigan State brings it over. They've got it offsides. Left wing was way offsides. Looks like Capuano's coming out with Burkhart now defensively to kill this. Harrigan and O'Hare will stay out there. Michigan State dumps it in deep. Capuano tries to get there. He's not going to get there, though. Yep. Michigan State against the boards. Back to the point. Covered by O'Hare. Good job by Jack O'Hare getting in the lane, knocking that off. Michigan State to the point. They're just looking for point shots.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I'm for it. 12-er play. Shoot the puck.
Right. Well, also, the stats show percentages and they give numbers to those spots.
Oh,
and
yes.
1, 2, and 3 are on the top. And when you start shooting from the side, those are actually your 8 and 9s.
Lower numbers, yeah.
Right. So, your better percentage, plus your rebounds. You're less often to end up with a breakout on the zone.
That's what they're doing right
When
now.
they
They're
miss.
just keeping the guy high.
Yep. Put it in, look for a rebound. Crap
Yep.
it up in front.
Clear almost by Navy. Good stop by O'Halloran down low there. Big blistering slap shot from the point. Capuano gets tackled.
Ooh.
Capuano clears the zone.
They needed that break. They were working hard.
5 seconds left to kill for Navy. Looks like we're going to get a successful kill here. Turk out of the box.
One thing about Navy, they get a lot of practice on their kill.
Yes, they do. Left right there for Turk. Turk's got Lininger with him. Turk tried to make the move. Put it out front. Back to Lininger.
Oh, you just couldn't get it off.
Yeah, there's a trip. Michigan State up the board. Turk right there. 3-2 Navy if they hurry. Here comes Hogan over the line offsides. Boy, that was close. Woo!
I tell ya.
Boy, that was close. Stamler at the face-off. 7 minutes left in this first period. Scoreless still. Dougie Wu sends that in deep. Douglas tries to get there for Navy. DeSellis pinches, keeps it in the zone. Neutral zone for Michigan State. Bounces over their stick there. DeSellis trying to get a little bit of room there. Douglas, he gets pinched off the play.
Hey, Michigan does a nice job trapping you off in the neutral zone now.
Douglas looked for Stamler there. Couldn't quite get there, though. Michigan State, they'll just send it in deep. Navy will chase. Oh. Vandenberg lost control right behind O'Halloran there. Oh. Navy finishes that lineup. Here comes Harrigan and O'Hare. Wu for Navy. Defensively, oh, that was a bad. Had to have seen that guy.
Yeah.
He was camped out waiting. Tried to get it to DeSellis. Unfortunately, defenseman was waiting for it. Way up high. Harrigan, he's got O'Hare with him. Jack O'Hare, what a save. O'Hare back to the point. Back for Capuano. Gets a shot. Glove save.
Nice play. Boy.
That was a beautiful play. That was a great.
Jack could have got that off just a smidge quicker.
Need a one-timer there.
Yeah, really, that was. Yeah, they had the goalie.
Turk at the face-off. Wins it right back to Sabatini. He tries to get a shot, doesn't make it there, though. Michigan State looks for their way out of the zone. Pressured by Sabatini. Burke will just send that back in deep and call that an icing. Boy, that was close. This guy here, he misses an offside end tonight. I think he blows the whistle tonight.
We got the micromanager.
No kidding. Who the heck gave him a whistle tonight?
Well, they swallowed it for a while.
That was... Turk at the face-off. Beckel on the boards, looks for a way out, gets stripped. Capuano jumps into the play. Little under 5 minutes left in this first period. Capuano starts the breakout. Here comes Turk. Turk sends it to Beck. Turk picks up, shot! Oh, he had him.
You got just enough glove on that.
Yep, just enough. Might be where he needed to go as high. Didn't look like he handled it that well.
Yeah.
Michigan State looks to clear. They'll send it all the way down. McVickers right at the red line. Up and out of play. Catch by Marcus in the left corner.
Yep. Nice play by Marcus.
Haig with a nice hit along the boards. Oh, McVickers tripped on something. Stambler was looking for some help. Douglas brings it around. Douglas control behind. Looking for help. He's got a point wide open. Shot towards the net. Tip just wide. Michigan State sends it back out. Hogan will send it in deep for Navy. Offsides. Nope. Onsides. Okay.
Yeah. That was just weird the way he played that.
Did.
Why he tried that anyway.
Haig comes in hard. Michigan State brings it over the line. Hogan for Navy has the blue line. Looks for someone. Oh, Stamler didn't quite get that. Woo coming across. Nice hit. 3 minutes left in this first period. O'Hare looks for some room. He's going to bounce it up off the boards. Really didn't have anybody there with him. Harrigan tries to strip it in the neutral zone. Matty Harrigan along the boards. Had Jack there for a second. Looks for him. O'Hare over the line, unfortunately. Here comes Michigan State, 3-2. Across, swing and a miss. Vandenberg hurries. He's up the left side. Interference. Boy. That was more of an interference than anything.
Yeah, that
O'Hare,
was.
Vandenberg, shot wide. Wu pinches in for Navy.
Nice
looks for
movement
O'Hare.
on the puck.
2 minutes left in this first period. Navy with some pressure. Wu unable to, I'm sorry, it's Vandenberg. Looking for the line. Navy will dump that in deep. Sabatini out there with Turk now.
Ooh. Good thing he wasn't by the boards.
Yeah, you can't turn your bag when you got someone coming.
Yeah, you never know these refs.
Oh, I know.
They're happy about that stuff now all over the ice, and guys definitely use that to their advantage.
Oh,
Quick
yes.
turn and
Yep. quick shot there from Turk, it looked like. Oh, yep, Turk. Hard to tell if that got one number.
Yeah, it is.
Good crowd tonight.
Yeah, it is. Very good crowd early. Normally it takes a little while, and by the second period, you really see the crowd.
Shot by Stamler gets tipped high. Nick Vickers sends it back down low. Right back to Stamler, gets a shot, tipped off the side of the net. Out of play.
Well, they're getting opportunities tonight.
We saw this that one night. We outshot that team. What was it, like 50-something to 25? I forget who it was, but
yeah,
unfortunately, we just couldn't get enough in the net.
One minute remaining in the first period.
O'Halloran, he'll cover that up. .55 seconds to go in the first period.
well, it's been a good period. It's been fast.
Yeah, it has.
A lot of good puck movement. Hasn't really been
not much
a real
sloppiness. The first
grind.
couple minutes, first couple minutes was a little bit ugly, but
Yep.
left right there at the point. O'Halloran's looking for the puck. Back to the point. Shot goes towards O'Halloran, goes up into Capuano. Jack O'Hare has the line. He's got Harrigan with him. Jack gets a shot wide. Vandenberg. My goodness.
Well, he needed a rope.
Yeah. Harrigan has control. Looks out front to O'Hare.
Oh.
Shot and covered.
Well, Jack had a nice look there.
Yeah.
He's got to bury one of these babies. Boy, they're moving that puck around really well tonight.
They are. They are. 16 seconds left. Harrigan tries to win it forward. They're offsides. Capuano takes his man.
Rick, I couldn't help it. As that puck moved in the zone there with them in control, you did exactly me. Look at the clock.
Yeah. Okay, we got end of the first period. Navy 0, Michigan State 0, and we are going to be back in 15 minutes. All right, we're back for the second period here. We got Michigan State out. We just need Navy to come back out now. Actually, me and Scott were talking between the period. It was a pretty solid period. I don't think you really want to change much, you know?
Absolutely. Just keep the same thing going,
Yeah,
like
I
you
mean,
said. A little more traffic in the front.
Yeah, the goaltender, I mean, he's not a big guy. Get some traffic, you
Yep.
know, get his vision down a little bit, go for some tips.
Yes.
He sees the puck really well, so
Yep.
get
Well,
someone
like-
in front of the net. And
Well, obviously, Michigan, they play to the rebounds. They're shooting most of their stuff right down the middle.
absolutely, they're
Looking
pushing
for
the
a
puck out
rebound.
front. Pushing
There's
the puck
guys
out
there.
front, and they're just shooting.
Yep.
You know, looking for the rebounds.
You know, and the game most of the time comes down to that simple of a thing where you got to get a shot on net, and then you got to be there for the rebound.
Yeah.
You know,
All right,
even,
here we go.
Even at this level, you have goaltenders that are, you know, they just are incredible now. you know.
Absolutely. And the thing is, what you don't want to do is give them confidence.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
give them confidence, man, they'll stand on their head.
Absolutely.
They'll stand on their head all night long.
Or space where they're getting comfortable. Well, we have quite a few Navy youth players here tonight. You can tell with the uniform.
Yes. Let's go. Going to get a 2-minute penalty here. We don't get going.
Wow.
Okay, O'Halloran takes the ice.
Was a little worried there.
Yeah, I
Rich.
wasn't
The
sure.
refs were even looking over at the bench and almost thinking they were going to skate over and, like you say, give us the ticket. All right, looking forward to this one.
Let's go. We just got to keep it going here. Looks like we'll probably have Harrigan, O'Hare, Vandenberg out there with Hagen, Hogan, would be my guess.
Here we go, period number 2.
Michigan State will dump it in deep. Try to. Jack O'Hare picks off. Shot up. Thought it was going to go out of play. Harrigan tried to start the breakout. Up the right side. Matty Harrigan by himself. He's got Vandenberg breaking with him now. Sends it off the side of the net. Jack O'Hare comes out behind him. Strips the puck. Looks for somebody to the point. Haig gets the shot. Doesn't quite make it there, though. Jack O'Hare behind the play. Michigan State looks for a way out of the zone. Shot towards O'Hare has control, brings it over the line to Vandenberg. Vandenberg's going to dump it in deep. He's going in hard. Looking for the puck with O'Hare. O'Hare's double teamed. Haig stands his man up in the neutral zone. Dumps that puck in deep.
Nice play by Tyler.
Absolutely.
Stood him up and ended up with the puck.
Unfortunately, we didn't do a good play right after that.
Yeah.
Michigan State come up the left side all alone. Somehow he got on the other side of Capuano. He buries the puck. Michigan State takes a 1-0 lead. That breakout over here on this side, that was...
Yeah.
He tried to pass it over to him, and I don't know who it was, but instead of putting it against the board and down, he put it right in the middle.
Right.
Michigan State was off to the races.
Yep.
All right. Stamler out there now with Mick Vickers. Nice move by Capuano. He sends it in deep. High.
Michigan State. Scorer number 17, Jack Tabisi.
Yeah, I'm sure Cap didn't expect that. I
No.
mean, the guy wasn't going to get around him.
No, he was just
You
on
know.
the left side, and he was a left shot. That was it.
Right, absolutely, and
Couldn't get the stick in front of it.
got to give him credit. That was a great shot.
It was a beautiful sniper shot. Michigan State brings it over the line, dumps it in deep. DeSellis back there for Navy. Almost like we saw in the first period. You know, the first 2 or 3 minutes we were really sloppy.
Yep.
Wu back for Navy. Jeepers creepers. Sent right in deep. Turk looks for a way out of the zone, gets pressured though. Just out of the reach for Leininger. Beck working hard. Navy changes it up.
Beck did a nice job chasing that in the zone, getting pressure.
3-on-2.
Wow.
That was a 3-on-2. Haig got taken out of the play over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the defenseman. Unfortunately, it started at what, a 3-on-1.
Yeah.
Michigan State tic-tac, and that was it. They buried it.
Yep, they opened
2-0.
it up quick.
All right, Navy's got to regroup here.
Your attention is time 17:25 in the second period. Goal, Michigan State.
Haig goes back for Navy.
Jacob Peacock.
Looks for Hogan, who skates it in front of O'Halloran. Makes us a little nervous.
Cameron Brands.
Jack O'Hare over the line. Tried to get Vandenberg. Vandenberg keeps control. Brings it to Harrigan. Harrigan looks for some room out front. O'Hare looks for a little bit of pressure. Sends it back to Harrigan. Doesn't quite get that off. Matty Harrigan gets the shot. Bouncing puck. Covered up.
Well, at least we're back down in their end.
We are. Yeah, it's almost like we've regrouped and
Well, it's just like the first period you said.
exactly
We
the
were
first
on
3
our
minutes.
heels,
It's
and
yeah,
then
it's
finally then we really ended dominating the period.
kept in by Capuano. He sends it towards the net, doesn't quite make it there. Stamler takes his man, keeps it in the zone, tries to send it down for Douglas, a little bit too far. Capuano pinches down low for Navy. Stamler comes back to the point though. Comes Michigan State over the line. Shot wide of O'Halloran. McVickers. Huh. McVickers looks for somebody. He's going to skate it over the line. Douglas is there. Bounces over Douglas's stick. Back to Stamler. Stamler's got some room. Oh! First shot didn't make it. Second one did. Stamler back out front, gets tripped.
There we go.
Oh, he should have wound up on that. Scasia.
Yeah!
Goal! Scasia! Navy had good presence in front of the net. They just kept shooting. Stamler,
Yep.
heck of a shift.
That
Scasia
was.
comes from defense and buries it.
Yep, Stamler is all over the ice. Actually, the whole line.
Plus, Navy's got a
Douglas.
power play coming up.
Yep, that's what we need.
Yes. Got the number one line out there for the power play. We've got Vandenberg out there with Harrigan, Stamler, and O'Hare. Capuano. Michigan State's going to dump it in. O'Halloran will kick that to the side. Stamler up off of Vandenberg's skate there. Vandenberg has the line. Sends it in deep. No one there, though. It's going to come all the way around. Stamler unable to keep that in the zone. Jack O'Hare brings it over the line, dumps it in deep. Harrigan, unfortunately, we didn't have anybody at that point.
Yeah.
Not sure where that man went.
Well, we got to be able to come into the zone with the puck.
Yeah. So far, this is pretty much.
Yeah, well,
here we go. 2-on-1. If he hurries, he's got Capuano.
Yeah.
Navy goal! Capuano! Beautiful play. Harrigan right over to Capuano. He buries it. 2-2. We just got to get rid of those first 3 minutes of every period.
Well, maybe that's what they were trying to do, coming out late. They were
That's
hoping
what it
they'd
was.
start the clock.
Start the clock.
Just don't drop the puck.
Okay, we got a new game now with 14:35 left in the second period. We're tied at 2s. Turk back to Linenger. Here comes Linenger over the line. Looked for a little bit of room. Capuano from Harrigan and Vandenberg. Power play goal. Ties it up at 2. Haig back there for Navy. Navy looks for a way out of the zone. Hogan. Long breakout pass to Beck. Beck has the line. Looks for some room. Gets a shot. Bouncing puck.
They're starting to move
Sent
again.
back to the point. Haig fed it to Turk. Turk over the line. He's going to send it in deep, looking for Beck. All the way around. Hogan will be at the point, though. Sent it back down to Vandenberg, right out front.
Oh,
Boy, beautiful pass there. I thought Beck was going to bury that. Back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg circles, looks for a shot. Glove save.
getting some pressure again.
Yep, that goal. I'm telling you, that goalie, if he visualized the puck, you could see Vandenberg coming in.
Right.
Nobody in that zone. The
Right.
kid sees the puck well.
Absolutely.
But get someone in front.
You're almost better off at that point. Keep the puck down low.
Down low, yep.
Get the rebound.
Michigan State sends it all the way around. DeSellis was there for Navy, but Wu gets back. Kept onside by Michigan State. Wide open right here, back door. Oh. That kid was wide open, Scott.
Yeah, he was. They got a little bit relaxed
Yes,
getting
they
the puck
did.
out of the zone. Get it up close. It's got to cross the blue line.
Jack O'Hare sends it in deep. Oh, my
Whoa.
goodness. Almost could have called it a swoop foot.
There's no doubt.
Wu does a good job, keeps it in the zone. He sends it back in deep. Comes Wu over the line. Got bodies flopping all over the place. Played with a high stick.
Well, we're getting the pace back to where it was in the first period.
This guy waits till like 3 minutes left in the game, then he'll start blowing his whistle on everything.
Right.
Face off. Stamler right there. Burkhart looks to clear the zone, does so. Had numbers for Stamler, that should be an icing coming all the way back down. Stamler looks for some room. Burkhardt sends it towards the net. Back to Douglas. Stamler, Douglas, working hard along the boards. Stamler's going to come out with it. Looks for a little bit of room, circles back. Back to Stamler. Great. Had a good idea there.
That was.
Unfortunately, they were in pretty tight.
Just take the shot right there.
McVickers up the right side. Got Stamler. Shot doesn't make it there. Back to the point for Douglas. He had to get that off quicker.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, McVickers and Douglas have played a great game tonight.
Yes, they have.
That's turned out
Turk
to
comes
be a
out with
pretty good
Lininger.
line with Stamler with those two.
Back to Turk. Turk's got a little bit of room. He's got Beck with him. Back to Beck. Beck right to Lininger. Lininger, a little bit of room. Oh, backhand. He was looking for Turk out front. Left right there, Lininger. He'll send it back in. A little bit of neutral zone pressure. Hogan. He did that twice already tonight, Scott.
I don't know
twice.
why. That's just never a good
cannot.
pass up the middle.
You cannot put that pass up the middle in your defensive zone. Right back. Oh,
Shoot the puck.
what was Beck doing? Shoot the puck, man. Was he trying to pass that? Hogan, neutral zone. Navy's changing up. Fourth line out there now. Sogard. Oh, tip right out front. Sabatini with him. Flagler. Boy, bouncing puck right there. Scashy, our last goal scorer out there for Navy.
Yeah.
Flagler up off the boards. We're over skating the puck here. Woo's getting stick checked to death out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Navy out shooting Michigan State 23-10. Woo.
I'm surprised to still see him on the ice.
Yeah, they've got to get off. Defensive-wise, they've been out there a while.
There you go. Oh, they got to be quicker on that.
Yes, they do.
That,
Michigan State's
they'd
going
have
to
moved
dump
that
it
puck
in
up
deep.
on that weak side. It would have been a breakaway for sure.
Oh, tipped in. Vandenberg will cover that up. Good idea. Vandy was right there at the blue line, cutting across. He shot the puck down, so good try. 8:43 left in the second period. We're tied at 2.
They called it a high stick on Vandy,
What?
so the face-offs.
Neutral zone.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. We don't even try to understand it anymore. Capuano, he dumps it in deep, way high. Harrigan on his horse, goes in hard along with O'Hare. Pinched was Capuano. Tipped there by Burkhart defensively. Matty Harrigan back to the point. Sends it to Jack O'Hare. Jack has control. He's got Vandenberg with him up the right side. Jack gets hit off the play. Keeps his feet moving. Nice hit by Vandenberg. Sent in deep. Capuano gets there for Navy. Burkhart loses control there, though. Back to the point. Whew!
Oh,
I think Capuano tipped that in.
yeah. Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah. Caps was cutting
he
across
knows
to
it.
try to cover that guy low, and that kid took the shot and went off Capuano's stick.
Yeah, he actually kind of reached.
Beautiful
at it.
tip.
Yeah, well,
You know,
it's,
what you
it's
don't want,
an
but
instinct. I'm sure he was trying to stop the
absolutely.
puck, but the thing you should really do is always just open up, let the goalie have it, make sure he sees it. But
all right,
that's
so
all
that
right.
was just a fluke. That's a fluke goal. 3-2
Absolutely.
Michigan State. Don't see that very often.
Well, they got to make it interesting.
Sure.
Crowds want their money.
Second period goal by Michigan State. Number 24, Andrew Rosa, unassisted.
It's all right. You got to shake that one off. Get right back out there. Navy pressuring again down low once again. Hogan tries to send it down low. He's got Stamler. Stamler's got a little room. Shoot the puck. Sent back along to Haig. Haig circled back around. Stamler dumps it in deep. Good job by Haig pinching in. Michigan State's looking to clear the zone, coming all the way down. No icing. Oh, they're going to call it an icing. All right. Michigan State works out of the zone, and Lininger down there for Navy. Back to Wu. Wu tries to send it in deep. Michigan State neutral zone. Sends it in on O'Halloran. Feeds it right back to Lininger. Almost we get in this routine to where we want to get kind of cute, you know what I mean?
Right.
For a couple minutes.
Absolutely.
And when that happens, we just
Get caught.
we get caught. Yeah. To sell us defensively. Navy hurries. They're going to have numbers. Beck has the line. Sends it in deep. Turk Harrigan out there now. Harrigan looked for a little bit of room. Nothing there, though. Vandenberg tries to split the defenseman, and O'Halloran will cover that up.
All right,
You want to go down and start sharpening skates so you can make it before the end of the third? Start of the third?
Oh, no, I won't have a problem.
All right, 5:36 left in this second period. Navy down 3-2. Got to get a little momentum going here. Seems like we come in spurts here, you know?
Yep. Well, like you said, we have success with some really nice passing, and then we get a little too cute and don't do the obvious. You know, don't take the shots that are there.
Correct. Vandenberg went towards the net, nothing there. O'Halloran had a little trouble playing that one. Vandenberg takes his man down. Into the corner with Capuano. They're going to let him skate right in. Boy, he just had a free skate to the net there, Scott.
Yeah, he sure did.
Put it out front. Okay, we've been lulled here for a minute.
Oh, there we go. They both had it.
Vandenberg's going off. 2 minutes. This guy finally blew his whistle tonight. What's he calling? He didn't even signal what it was. 2 minutes for what?
I would say it was a trip.
Trip?
Well,
We'll call it a trip.
He did, play him pretty heavy with the stick, and he went down. So
Michigan State's first power play. All they do is get that guy to the point right there, back and forth, right back to the point. Take the shot. tried to go low. Good job
There we
by
go.
Stamler. He clears the puck out of the zone. Beck out there with Hogan, Stamler, Haig. Michigan State plays behind the board. 4:11 left in this second period. Navy down 3-2. Navy's killing for another 115. Vandenberg was off for tripping. Haig, boy, he needed to get rid of that right away, Scott.
Yeah, he
Tried to kill a little time.
he just didn't hit the puck then.
No.
I mean,
Up
not-
off the
not
side
a
of
good
the net.
time to swing and a miss.
Michigan State works down low. Backdoor. Good tip there by, who was that, Haig?
Yep.
Plays his man tough into the corners. 45 seconds to kill for Navy. Michigan State back at the point. Work their way down low. Sent towards O'Halloran. Think it's under him. .23 to kill here. Win the face-off, dump it down would be pretty good here. Michigan State wins the face-off right back to the point. Sabatini clears it up and out of play. Should be neutral zone face-off.
All right, so far so good. Just about got it.
Burkhart. Oh, he got stripped right there.
Oh.
I don't even know what happened there, Scott. You can describe that one.
Well, he did. The puck should have just been turned right up ice.
Yep.
The point it was on a stick, and he actually, same thing, skated a little bit, stripped and gone. But, Michigan does a good job. They
do.
capitalize on those mistakes. You
Absolutely.
don't get that opportunity.
They're constantly going towards the net,
They are.
you know. All right, so Michigan State now back up by 2, 4-2. Navy's got to regroup here, settle down, get
Yep.
back to what they were doing, stay out of the box, get some shots. Puck left right there, up and out of play.
Yeah, you can, even in their defensive zone, the minute Michigan State has the puck on their stick, you see their wings commit right away to go deep.
Yep.
And then they push the offensive pressure immediately.
.240 left in the second period. Vandenberg tried to play the puck, sent in on O'Halloran. He covers that up. Stamler, McVickers, Douglas comes out. This line's been pretty hot tonight, Scott.
Yeah, it has. Been really happy with McVickers and
Yeah,
Douglas's play
absolutely.
tonight. And Stamler's definitely played a good game tonight.
They sophomores?
No, Douglas and McVickers are plebes. And,
Plebes.
Stamler's a sophomore.
Perfect, we'll take that. Stamler in the corner there with McVickers. Stamler looks for a way out. I mean, Michigan State's just get it towards the net. Get it towards the net.
Absolutely.
Tipped in by Navy. McVickers goes in. Stamler tries to strip. He does. Puts it off the board. 2 minutes left in this second period. Nice to get one here. Douglas got some wheels. Circles back around. Looks for some help. Shot just wide by McVickers. Back to Stamler. Stamler does a good job sending it to Capuano, who's already scored a goal tonight. Back to, eat that stick on the ice. Caps right to Turk. Turk tried to make a move. He's there. Shot.
Hit the net.
Stamler with 1:20 left in this second period is going to send it in deep. Beck. Lininger Turk now. Should be an icing. Nope, it's going to get waved off. Ooh, boy, I thought it was going to get waved off, Scott.
Yeah. It should have been called earlier.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's why that hybrid icing's there, to keep that possibility of the collisions.
People breaking their legs.
Yeah, he let that go too far. Good thing he had some good skaters that could stay in control. They had a mess.
Harrigan out there with O'Hare and Vandenberg. O'Hare looks for Sarum, plays this point. Shot on net, wide.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Hogan sends it back in deep. Vandenberg along the boards. Looks for a little bit of room. Hogan's going to pinch down. Uh-oh. Haig has his man sent in. 38 seconds left in the second period. Haig looks for a way out. He's got Harrigan. Harrigan's got O'Hare and Vandenberg with him. Harrigan has the line, leaves it for O'Hare. Tried to send it back to Harrigan. Put right back out front. Nobody there.
Be nice to see him pop one in right at the end.
16 seconds, it sure would be. Wins the face-off. Shot towards the net, doesn't make it there though. 7 seconds, Michigan State over the line. He's got a trailer with him. And that's it. Wow, we had 6 goals that period.
Yeah, what a change.
Yeah, 4
Little
Michigan State, 2 Navy. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. right, third and final period here tonight. Navy down 4-2. Okay, first 3 minutes here, Scott.
Yep, absolutely. Maybe this will be the make and break period. We actually jump on them in the
Yeah,
first
we really
three.
need to.
We made up 2 goals quick in that period, so we can
Michigan
score on
State
these
brings it
guys.
over the line. Looks like offsides. Oh, Harrigan, Vandenberg out there. Vandenberg throws a nice check into the neutral zone. Michigan State sends that in deep, though. Right there to Jack O'Hare. O'Hare runs into a wall there. Harrigan over the line, looks for a shot.
Oh, nice shot.
Tip just wide.
That's what you need to do, just start getting pucks on net
Yes.
right away.
Harrigan, shoot. Can't quite get there. Good hustle by Matty Harrigan tonight.
Yes. Well,
Every night. Kid comes to play every
that's exactly it.
shift, every night.
Couldn't ask for
He will
any
be
more out of
greatly
that
missed
guy.
next year, you know. As a freshman playing with his brother, you know, it was just
I'll tell you, that was a pleasure to coach those two.
I mean, it was good. It was fun.
And they played together.
Yes, they did, and they played well together.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they went to nationals, so
Yep. Michigan State offsides. Linesman was a little bit out of position there.
yeah, Cam's last year we ended up 8th in the nation.
Yep.
Was our ranking. And
This
actually,
year
we
we went up
also
and beat
had-
Liberty in overtime. Remember at Nationals,
right.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Then ended up losing to Central Oklahoma, I believe.
No, it was Stony Brook.
Stony Brook.
Yeah.
Whoa, right out
Oh.
front to Douglas. Just couldn't quite get there. Douglas circles right back around. That's all right. Take a shot on net.
He just needed to be a right-hander.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, also that same year, you had the O'Hare brothers.
Yes.
With Danny and
Danny
Jack.
and Jack. And they played together.
Yeah, yes, it did.
We just got to get some more brothers together. Can we put an ad in the paper? Stamler working hard along the boards. Stripped by Stamler. Burkhart looks for Stamler. Michigan State has control. Douglas right there does a great
nice.
job hustling.
That was
Picked
good
up by
work.
Burkhart. Shot! Rebound! Oh, it was sitting. McVickers takes that shot, tipped wide. Pinched in by Burkhart. Looks for somebody out front. Douglas! Just could not get that puck to settle down. Michigan State over the line.
Doug McVickers took one off the foot there. That hurt.
That'll leave a mark. Still
All
out
he
there
needed was
pumping.
the puck to make him forget about that.
Yep. Don't take your skate off.
Yeah, that's right.
Turk pinches in, has control, tries to get towards the net. Lininger. Michigan State up the right side. DeCellis and Wu out there defensively for Navy. Wu right back out front. DeCellis got in the groove there. Looking for Haig. Dump back down deep to DeCellis. Woo. Lininger, he tries to get control. Michigan State's going to pump back in. DeCellis, Turk makes a move. He's got O'Hare with him. Jack's got a point man. DeCellis from the point. Harrigan, O'Hare. Jack tips it back to Hogan, tipped wide. Back to Harrigan. Tries to split Haig and DeCellis, nothing there.
That was a nice job by Matty Harrigan. Losing the puck, down on the ice, spins. He's still back up the back check on that. The guy just never gives up.
No, that's what I'm telling you. We need about 4 of him to stay for another 4 years.
Yeah.
And he's just a good kid, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a good kid. They grow him like that in Rhode Island, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I spent 4 years up there. I loved it. It's up in Newport. I loved it. Vandenberg sent across the line for Harrigan. He'll dump it in deep. Jack O'Hare chases. Tries to push it across to Vandenberg. Hogan pinches in. Looked for somebody out front, but no one there. Haig will get there. Dumps it. Nope. Skated in. Thought he was going to dump it in. Uh-oh. We got a 3-on. Nope. Here we go. Back. Michigan State takes the shot. Covered up by O'Halloran.
And look who it was coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe he had the wheels to do that after that shift. I don't know if I could stand on the ice that long.
I couldn't get the skate on. Burkhart circles back around to Capuano. Sent back to neutral zone. Michigan State's just going to dump here and chase. Stamler loses control right there. Ah! Sent towards the net.
That's good play by Burkhart.
Yes, it was. Should be an icing here.
Yeah. Well, we're ready for another Navy wave here.
Need something.
They kind of go in waves, it seems. We got Maddie's line back together again.
Stamler out there with McVickers. Douglas. Burkhart does a good job defensively there, steals the puck. He's got to hurry here. Here comes McVickers. He's got Stamler behind him. Oh! That puck started rising, and it just kept on rising. If
well, the goalie got a little piece of that.
Yep.
Just enough to get it up over the net.
Wu gets stripped coming out of the zone there.
Tell you, Wu and DeCellis, they've struggled tonight a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
sort of are tonight.
I think DeCellis really likes playing with Mickey Zavo. They've played a lot last year together, and he's really comfortable with him.
Burkhart brings it into the zone. He's got Turk with him. Turk off the side of the pipe. Beck, back down low. Oh, we had Lininger breaking towards the net. Back to Beck. Beck looks for help. He's got Turk. Michigan State's going to clear the zone now. Beck up off the boards there. Lininger feeds it to Jack O'Hare. O'Hare looks for some help. Got Turk. Back to the point. Tipped. Oh, we need one more tip there.
Yeah.
Back to the point. O'Hare. Lininger just could not get control of that puck. O'Hare still has control. Sent it towards the net. Harrigan right there.
They're getting some good pressure. There you go again, that Harrigan line.
Well, he's holding him.
Wow. think your guy should get 2 points for a takedown there. Oh, that's right. This is a hockey game.
Sent back across.
Oh,
come on.
Okay, they gave that one back to him.
Yep, they did.
I think on any other night that would have been box time.
Yeah, he did a little flop too there, unfortunately. I think that might have done it.
Yeah, but you know as I know.
Oh, yeah, here?
We don't get away with many of those.
No, we do not. All right, we got 12:08 left in this game. Harrigan, face off to O'Hare. Jack behind. Tries to find a little room. Michigan State comes over the line. Hogan there defensively. Sends it towards O'Halloran. Harrigan looks for a way out of the zone. Tried with Haig there for a second. Breakouts are much better tonight, Scott.
Absolutely. Well, like
O'Hare sent it to Vandenberg. Tipped into the zone. Little over 11 minutes left in this game. Navy's down 4-2. No icing.
All right. There you go, Douglas again. Kid's got some wheels.
Yeah, they got crazy legs out there tonight.
Now, I tell you, don't let his size fool you.
Stamler tried to split 3 guys there. We got to do a little better than that on that one. McVickers along the boards. Michigan State will dump that in deep. Burkhardt defensively for Navy. Strips that. And gives them back to him. Stamler. Burkhardt, nice move there. I could see the Douglas going up the right side, but unfortunately just could not quite get the puck there.
Oh.
Got lucky on that one, Scott. Burkhardt for Navy. Sends it up. A little bit too far for Douglas. Burkhardt sends it in deep. Got Lininger back out there now with Turk. Beck. Kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just can't quite seem to do what we want to do here. Comes Turk up the left side. He's got Beck with him. Sends it towards the net. We're just kind of overskating the puck.
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly it. We're doing drive-bys.
Yeah. Michigan State.
Somebody's got to stop on the puck sometimes.
That was a good job there by Scasia.
Yeah, we haven't seen him out very much.
Not much.
Recently.
I think he's been pretty
playing
solid, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he got a goal.
Yeah. Wu for Navy. Michigan State tries to send it on net. Whew. Boy, we're skating in sand right here, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vandenberg, got to get a little offensive pressure here. Up off his skate, shouldn't be an icing. Comes Michigan State. They're going to dump it in. They'll change it up. Haig back for Navy. Gets stripped. Back to the point. Shot, tried to get the tip, nothing there. Back to the point. Harrigan
Oh, Jack got away with one
Yeah, he
there.
did. A little bit of a trip you talking about?
A little bit.
Vandenberg sends it in deep. Burkhart towards the net, doesn't make it there. Michigan State's going to send it in deep. Got the D2 squad playing tonight too, right?
Yep, right after against Elon.
Elon,
Yep,
North Carolina?
yep,
Is that where they're from?
yes.
Douglas behind the net looks for some help. Nobody there. Shot. Stambler wanted to elevate that and just couldn't get it elevated. Good save by O'Halloran there. Capuano looks for a way out of the zone. He finds McVicker to Stambler. Stambler gets around, puts it back out front.
Stambler's had a real good game tonight.
Yes, that line right there has played really, really well.
Yep.
Comes Lininger by himself.
They didn't like Lininger taking a little whack on the goalie at the end, but the whistle hadn't blown.
It had,
and he was,
yeah, it was there.
gotta make
And
sure
he didn't
he
hit
had
him.
the
He just,
puck.
his stick was on the ice.
Yeah.
Turk tried to play back to his point man. 2-2 coming back. Wu back for Navy. DeSellis tries to clear the zone. These guys are gassed here. I don't know why they're still on the ice.
Yeah.
It's one thing I've noticed the last couple games. I just would like to see a little quicker shifts. You know what I mean? It almost seems like
Absolutely.
we're out there too long.
Yeah.
And it puts us into, it just puts us into that,
Right.
that pinch.
Yep. Well, when you start, I start seeing Matt's line do really good.
Yes.
They might be out a little while, and then it'll be a long time before they're back out.
Yes.
That's when your rotations are just
Penalty
too
coming
long.
up on somebody. Michigan State. O'Hare over the line. Got a hold on somebody.
All right. Maybe he's going to get a chance. To get one here.
5:18 right here. This would be a good time for a timeout, regroup.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly.
Rest these guys.
They only got 5:18 left
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, and that line was just out there. All right, we got Harrigan out there. Back to Jack O'Hare. Jack gets a shot up off the back of O'Hare. O'Hare has control. Looks, shoots, nothing there. Puck back out front to Stambler. Stambler at the point with O'Hare. Vandenberg down low, bouncing.
Oh,
Those boards are lively there, huh? Were you at the
Yeah, it
Joe?
was.
Were you at the Joe?
too bad didn't have somebody out in the front of the net
Yeah.
right there.
Would be nice, wouldn't it? Harrigan dumps it in deep. Vandenberg. Back to Harrigan. In the corner. Let's go. Get that puck out. We're burning time here. 1:17 left. Back down front. Oh, almost a Stambler. Stambler's working hard. Back to Vandenberg. Wide open is O'Hare. Shot. Back to O'Hare. Another save. O'Hare back out front. Oh, he had Capiano there. Bouncing puck, though.
Yeah.
Sent back into Stambler. Had Capiano. puck over the line. Looks for somebody here. 20 seconds left in this power play. Good move by Lininger, keeping control. Back down to Turk. Turk had Burkhart, but unfortunately wrong side.
Yeah.
That's going to about do that power play, Scott.
Yeah.
Really would have been nice to put one in there. And
sure would. You had opportunities.
Vandenberg tried to send it clear. Michigan State's looking just for a dump and chase here with 3 minutes to go, up by 2. Vandenberg over the line. Rebound. Nothing there.
They just want to get out of their zone and kill time.
That's what you do. You got to lead. You know, you're up by 2.
Sure.
Worst lead of hockey, unfortunately. But
absolutely. Well, a goal right now would give us some momentum, and
it would.
A couple minutes left. I don't think Michigan State would like that.
Yeah.
They're
it's all the way back down to Wu. Icing's waved off. Michigan State has control down low. They're looking just to dump the puck down there, kill as much time as they can. O'Hare up off the boards. Harrigan on his horse again, up and out of play. Skashia for Navy, he'll send it in deep. Goal scorer tonight.
Yeah. Nice play by Wu, keeping that puck in.
Vandenberg along the boards, gets taken out of the play. O'Hare right there with him. Hand pass coming out of the zone, I believe.
I'm not so sure it was much of a hand pass as him trying to get off the ice and the puck hit his glove.
I think you're right. Navy's going to use their timeout now. 2:09 left in the game, down by 2. Got to get a quick one, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we already pulled the goalie, so you've got 6 on 5. You got to win the faceoff first, get possession, and just get it to the point, man. Get some shots and go for the rebound.
Yeah, I think it would have been interesting. Call the timeout on the penalty.
I see, that's what I thought.
And then
give them a break, regroup.
And then on the penalty, as soon as you get possession of the puck,
pull the goalie. I thought the same thing.
Big.
I thought the same thing, but I wasn't going to bring it up.
That's right.
Go big or go home, you know?
That's right. Come on, it's been an exciting game.
Been good.
Know, why not pull out all the stops?
Absolutely.
Even early.
Be back at it again tomorrow night, 7:30. Michigan State, Navy.
Absolutely.
This will be the last game of the year. Then we'll go on break. Guys will come back after the first of the year, and we'll finish up the season. Crab Pot tournament.
Yeah, well, sorry I won't be able to join you tomorrow night. I have to attend another game. And
you got it. Daughter's got a game.
Yeah, DC, but
you going to Fort DuPont, you better take your gun. Yeah. Harrigan at the point, loses control, trying to keep it in. Navy's playing 6 on 5 with the goalie pulled. O'Hare out there. O'Hare looks for somebody in the front. He's got Capuano.
Yeah!
Navy goal!
There we go.
Capuano with 2 tonight. 4-3.
All right.
That's 2 for Caps. I mean, and we said it earlier, get it to the blue line and shoot the puck.
Absolutely.
They could have asked us earlier on that, Scott. All right, 146. Need to get the offensive zone, get it down in, pull him again.
Your attention at time, 146 in the third period. Goal for Navy. Scorer number 25,
Capuano with 2 goals tonight. Jack O'Hare gets the assist.
All right, got a little life on the Navy bench here. Looks like Patches is getting ready to jump.
He's already jumped. I
Yeah.
would have waited.
Well, what were you saying? Go big or go home,
Yep,
right?
you're right. That's right. What the heck? Capuano dumps it in deep. Here goes Navy. Stamler.
Oh,
Vandenberg.
Vandenberg used his head on that one.
Yeah, I think he did, actually.
All right.
Looks back to Capuano, going for the hat trick. When's the last time we had a defenseman with a hat trick? Dave Williams, maybe, back in
Yeah.
99. Coming all the way back down, Burkhart for Navy. Long outlet pass. Tried to get it to Vandenberg. Nothing there, though. Neutral zone. Empty goal net. Goal by Michigan State. 5-3. 56 left.
Well, that was tough.
Got to go for it.
Yep,
Nothing
that's
you
right.
can do.
You got it.
Solid game tonight.
Absolutely. Ben's got their money's worth tonight. There's no doubt about that.
You throwing these in his coffee?
56 in the third period. Goal for Michigan State. Scored by number 28, Nick Rose.
That was scary. I'm not even going to say what happened there.
Yeah.
Puck was sliding on the ice.
I'm pretty sure I just imagined that.
Mhm. 48 seconds left here. Turk out there along the boards. Long breakout pass. Turk looks for the line, sends it in deep. Beck, Lininger, pull the goalie. 6-on-5 again. Turk out there, digging. Sent all the way back around, back to the point with Haig. Oof. That scared me a little bit. 10 seconds left. Popped way up high. Hogan. Yee. We got to talk to Hogan about passing that puck out front there.
And that's the final score. Michigan State University 5 and Navy 3.
All right, so at the end of regulation, Michigan State 5, Navy 3. We will be back tomorrow night, 7:30. Hope everybody joins us. We will see y'all later.
Have a good evening.
7:30.